Hi, and welcome back to Plating It with Wendy, where I share with you recipes which impress with ease. Nothing says Thanksgiving much like a homemade pumpkin pie. And today, I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for a quick, easy, and delicious one. So let's get started. We're going to start by making the pastry for the pumpkin pie. Now what you want to do is to first fluff up the flour and then start spooning it into the measuring cup. This way you're sure that you won't be putting too much into the cup. And this pastry should be made either a day before or at least 2 hours before you make the pie. And now using our offset spatula, we're just going to cut off the excess. So that's 1 cup. And now we'll measure the second cup. Once again, just fluffing it up first and then loosely putting it into the cup measure. Alternately, you could also measure the flour and you'll be measuring about 511 grams. And now let's measure out the 1/4 cup. And now to reduce the gluten and to get a nice flaky pastry, we're going to add 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And now since we're making a sweet pastry, we're going to add 1/4 cup of sugar. And now let's add 1 teaspoon of salt to that. Okay, now let's close this up and give it a mix. Now I've got 1 cup, which is approximately 227 grams of unsalted frozen butter. I cut it and then put it in the fridge so that it would firm up. So now we're going to add it into the food processor and then we're going to blitz it. We need the butter to be nice and firm to get that flaky pastry. We're going to blitz it. Let's check that now. Okay, this is looking perfect. You can see we have some small bits of the butter. Can you see that? And that's going to give us that flaky pastry. I've got a bowl of ice water here and you will see that I still have some ice cubes in it. What I like to do is to add about 1/2 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. I'm just going to give that a mix. To bring the dough together, we're going to add 5 to 6 tablespoons of this ice cold water. I'm going to add it 3 tablespoons first. And now we're going to give it a mix. Okay, we're going to add some more. This way you can control the amount of water you're adding in. You don't want to add too much. You want to add just enough to bring the dough together. I'm going to add just 2 more tablespoons this time. And once again, let's go ahead and mix it. Now, as soon as you see these big clumps, it's time to stop. Now, we're lightly going to dust our clean work surface. And now let's put this down on it. And now gently, we're just going to press it together. Just going to press it down a bit, turn it over, and start pressing it together. This is looking really good. Now what we're going to do is wrap it in a plastic wrap. Now we're going to place this in our refrigerator and we're going to keep this overnight so that it gives the butter a chance to firm up and the dough to relax. It's a good idea to prepare the pie crust in advance, and when you want to make it, take it out of your refrigerator, leave it on your countertop for about 10 minutes before you start rolling it. And if you look closely, you'll find that you can see the flakes of the butter all around on the pie crust. And that's going to give us a beautiful flaky pastry. I'm just going to open that out, dust our clean work surface with some all-purpose flour and a little bit on the top as well. Putting a little pressure, you're going to start rolling the dough. And every time you roll, you want to turn it around and start rolling again. This way you're going to make sure that it's not sticking to your work surface. At the same time, it helps to get a nice round shape while rolling. The little cracks at the end, you can always just push the dough together and all will be good. You want to work as quick as you can because the butter will start melting and you don't want the dough to become too soft. you're going to roll the dough till it's about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. Now we're going to take it off the work surface by gently rolling it on our rolling pin. And then we're going to be using a glass pie dish. And now we're going to roll it back onto the dish. Now to make sure that it does not shrink and we get it right to the base, we're going to lift it up and gently ease it down. Don't pull and stretch it because then it's going to shrink while it bakes. And once you're happy with how it has set inside, you're going to take a kitchen scissor or a knife and start trimming off the edge. Now, how much you're going to trim depends upon what design you're planning to do. We're going to do a little braided look on the top. So I'm going to cut right at the edge of the pie dish. I'm going to keep turning the pie dish around as we cut. Make sure you don't stretch the dough while you're cutting. Now that we finished covering the base of the pie dish and trimming the edge, let's keep this aside and quickly work on the braid. Now let's put this together and start rolling it out again. And this time we're going to roll it lengthwise as long as we can. So once again, I'm going to dust the work surface and then place this down. There's a little bit more of the flour on the top. And now I'm going to start rolling it lengthwise. Once again, I'm going to keep moving it to make sure it's not sticking to the work surface. At any point you find that it's too soft to work with, just pop it into the refrigerator for about 10 minutes and then take it out and start working with it again. We're simply going to take our knife and start cutting strips. And I'm going to keep it fairly thin. I'm going to eyeball the second one and hope for the best. Not bad. So for each braid, you need 3 strips. So we're going to cut this one too, and let's hope we can get 3. We might get a few joints, but that's okay. We can keep it together by using egg wash. Now I'm going to take 3 of these strips. I'm going to show you how we're going to braid them. We're going to overlap them, one on top of the other on the top. Give it a little press, keep them a little away from each other, and then start braiding. Just going to take them and start putting them one over the other. Now, if you know how to braid hair, it's the same thing that you're doing here. Now that we've reached the end, I'm just going to snip off the ends. Now, I should have made the egg wash before braiding, but no worries, let's do it right now. Add a dash of water into that. You could add milk or even cream if you wanted. Now back to our pie dish. We're going to take the egg wash and brush a little of it around the edge. Now this is going to act like the glue holding the braid to the edge of the pie. So we're going to take the braid and now place it on the top. And don't stretch it while doing this. Leave it as loose as you can. Because the more you stretch it, the more it's going to shrink when it bakes. We're going to add a little bit of egg wash so it holds down firm. I'm going to do that on both sides. We're going to place it on the top and give it a little press. And then once again, gently lay the braid down. We're going to snip off whatever's excess. And now using your fingers, you're just going to push it down a bit and you're going to shape it so it looks nice and round, and you can give it a little press where it's overlapping. Okay, I think that's looking pretty perfect. Now let's pop this into the refrigerator for about 15 minutes while we preheat our oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Now our pie dough is all firmed up, so let's blind bake the pie dough. Before we put in the parchment paper and the weights, we're first going to press a few holes at the bottom, and this is going to prevent it from bubbling up and getting any air pockets. So the air gets a chance to release here. And I'm also going to make a few holes around on the top. Take a parchment paper. I'm first going to fold it up and snip off this point. And now we're going to crush it up so that it becomes easy for it to take the shape of the pie dish inside. I'm going to place it down. Now we're going to press it down and make sure we get to the edge of the pie dish and that it's touching the base of the pie dish as well. Now you can go in and put pie weights, but what I like to do is to put in some rice. The rice is nice and heavy, and also it's smaller in size, and you want the rice to come right to the top so that it holds the pastry in shape. Into our preheated oven this goes, and we're going to bake it for approximately 20 minutes. Now when preheating the oven, I kept a tray inside, and I'm going to place the pie dish inside the tray. Now we've taken it out of the oven, and we're going to take off the weight from the center. Be very careful when doing this because the rice will be hot. So we're just going to grab the two corners this way and the two corners this way and pull it up. Now we're going to put this back into the oven, but before that we're going to reduce the temperature of our oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 165 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to brush a little egg wash on the bottom and along the sides. And this is going to help to seal it up so that when we put in the filling, it does not get absorbed and make it a soggy base. And now once again, I like to go in with my fork and start piercing some holes into it. This is going to help to release all that air that's trapped inside. And so we get a crispy pastry. And now along the sides. Okay, let's go and pop this back into the oven. And now we're going to allow this to bake for approximately 20 to 25 minutes. We're going to go in with 1 can, which is approximately 400 ml of pure pumpkin puree. Make sure when you're buying the pumpkin puree, you're not buying a pumpkin pie filling. And to that, we're going to add 1 can, which is 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. Now this is going to give us a nice, thick, creamy filling. And now to that, we're going to add 2 large eggs. That's 1 and 2. And for the spices, we're going to go in with half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of a pumpkin pie spice. Now, if you do not have the pumpkin pie spice handy at home, you could always substitute by adding 1/4 teaspoon of ground dried ginger and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. And now we're going to add half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and I always like to grate it fresh. So here we go using a microplane. Now this is not very traditional, but I like to add in about half a teaspoon of a pure vanilla extract, and I'm just going to eyeball that there. And to bring out all the flavors, we're going to go in with half a teaspoon of salt. Now let's whisk that all together till it gets well combined. Make sure that you break up the eggs and whisk it. Wow, the aroma of those spices, you can already tell how tasty this pie is going to be. Okay, that's looking good now. Our pie crust is just out of the oven. So now we're going to pour in the filling and then put it back into the oven. Just look at that. Wow. And I like to bring it right to the top. Now we're just going to give it a few taps so that any air bubbles come to the top. The key to getting a perfect pumpkin pie without it dipping or without any cracks is to bake it at a low temperature. So now we're going to lower the heat to 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius, and we're going to bake it for approximately an hour and 15 minutes or until the outer portion of the filling has set and the inner is still a little bit jiggly. Now we're going to allow it to set and come to room temperature on the counter before we cover it up and then pop it into the refrigerator so that it gets a chance to set before we cut it. And after taking it out of the fridge, I wanted to show you how golden the crust is, so we know now that our crust of the pie is going to be flaky and not soggy. What I forgot to show, but I did off camera, was to brush the braid with some egg wash before I popped it into the oven. And now let's cut a piece, and wow, just look how the knife is slipping through. And no pumpkin pie is complete without a dollop of fresh cream. And let's finish it off with a sprinkle of ground cinnamon. Oh my goodness! Look at that. And now it's time to give our pumpkin pie a taste. And I'm really excited because this is looking absolutely delicious. Wow. Let's take a little bit of the pumpkin pie and some of that cream from the top. Wow. I'm not dancing just because this is absolutely amazing. The filling is so creamy and the pastry is flaky. And I'm also dancing because I'm so grateful and thankful for all the blessings and to each and every one of you who support me and comment and write lovely words of appreciation for my recipes. And to all those who have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead, press that subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit the bell icon so you'll be the first one to get notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.